Welcome to Tiny Rails, the fun little game with a train. And any second now, my train should come wandering past. Here it is, lit up in all the passenger cars with a load of cargo cars on the end and a caboose right at the back. Now I'm currently doing the Oceania quests, which is sending me all around parts of the map to collect bits of cargo so I can construct a prison car of some description or a prison cell of some description for my train so I can transport Blackwell from Russia down to Oceania. However, as it's been sending me all over the map, and I'll zoom out, the next place I'm going to is to pick up some copper wire, I think, from Bishkek. However, in the meantime, because I think I was literally down in New Zealand, in Dunedin, to pick up the last bit of cargo, so it took a while to get out of here. So in the meantime, I decided that I was going to complete, not that area. Which area did I complete? This area? Ah, yes. No, I collected that one. I completed an area, I'm sure of it. Okay, maybe I didn't. Oh yes, I need to complete this area. I knew there's something I hadn't quite done. What did I need to do to complete that area? I've got to travel another 20,000 miles in it to complete that area so I can open up a new port and a new factory. However, last time round I think I opened up this area, which was Africa Centre, so I bought every station and upgraded it as far as I could. I constructed a few stations, so I've got a path to my depot in the centre, because there wasn't a path there until I constructed some stations. And I fulfilled a few cargo requests along the way in that area. I've been back to America to pick up some more lumber so I could construct the stations. I've been back and forth across the map to help empty parts of my depot so I could go refill parts of my depot. All in all, I've been busy and I've got almost 6 million in cash. So far, so good. Now, okay, I'm at this wonderful town. I don't want anything there. My train is currently empty of cargo. One of the things I want to do is this area here gave me a new train. Okay, I know what it looks like, so I'm going to put a new train and caboose on my train, or a new engine and caboose. Now I know what it looks like. I've just got to find it. That one. The Wakanda locomotive engine. From what I vaguely remember from what I saw about it, it gives you plus 20 speed in Oceania, I think, or maybe it gives you plus 20 speed in Africa, I don't remember. Neither of which makes much difference to me, I just wanted a different train. So, off to Bishkek we go. I also need to upgrade these four cars, which I'll do when it becomes daylight so I can actually see them properly to see what changes are made. And then once I've upgraded them, I will replace some of them. This one, when I upgraded to level 2, was pretty much a plain castle. It's now got a catapult on the top. There's an obstruction in the way. A cow, to be precise. This one, when I upgraded it to level 2, didn't seem to change, nor did that one, particularly the Peregrine Falcon passenger car. So what I'm going to do is, when I upgrade this one, the camel stable, and you can, if you saw the last episode and how many points it took to upgrade that one, you realise how long I've been playing this without actually recording anything, just to complete a load of stuff. I'm going to keep the camel car, so I'll do this now actually, as I've still got a bit of time before I come into the next station. Where'd it go? Right, what I'm going to do is just keep working it backwards, and until it gets to that point, then I'm going to pick up this car and move it towards the front. There. Because out of all the cars I've got, this one only has a cargo capacity of 18, Whereas the camel car currently has a cargo capacity of 14, also has a perk of +5 cargo, which makes 19, and it will get a couple more cargo points when it upgrades to the next level. So, and everything else back here, that one's got a cargo capacity of 23, cargo capacity of 20 for those three, cargo capacity of 18 for the next three, and cargo capacity of 19 for the two behind it. So this car is eminently dispensable, just purely because of the amount of cargo it can't carry, or can carry. Okay, so I'm here at Bishkek, and I've got to buy the copper wire, and I'm sure somebody will then say something. Don't think there's anything else I particularly want. No, nothing else I particularly want. Hank! Okay, he's moving his mouth and nothing's coming out. Sophia, I thought you knew how copper wire worked. Hush. Okay, that was a long and thrilling conversation. Okay, let me just collect the reward for that one. Now I've got to make a stop at Belfast in the UK. Great. What's he going to learn? Bomb making? Just so out of curiosity, I've now completed 95% of North America. I've got Houston and a couple of the Canadian stations to go, and I'm not sure if the Mexican stations count as North America or not, but I've got about 5 of those to go as well. And a few stations to still upgrade, which are going to cost me a few million. Then that will be complete North America. Alaska, I'm only 80% of the way there. Europe, 81. Russia, 88, because Russia was relatively easy. 69% of Asia, because that is relatively challenging. And Oceania, I don't know, because I've got to make a stop at Belfast next, apparently. Let me clear these jobs that I've completed and replace them with some new ones. As I've explained before, I tend to do jobs that are distance required or pick up cargo from obstacles, because they're the two things which happen anywhere in the world, whereas serve 50 passengers in Middle East Upper is great if you're near or in Middle East Upper. And buy iron cargo from USA West is great if you're in the USA. However, if you're on the other side of the map, like I currently am, those jobs aren't really that useful. So I've got to go to Belfast, which is there, which is going to take me a little while to get to. So I don't know what I'm going to do now. Let me just check these stations. Okay, I don't have any of that resource or that one. I do think I have some oil. Might even have some watermelons. Don't have any soccer balls. I've got a few radishes. Don't think I've got any of that. I've got to do 20,000 more miles around this area. And it does have a couple of bits of cargo which I find useful. Because I'm doing quite well at filling up Damascus and is it Istanbul with their cargo demands from stuff I'm collecting in this area. Did I ever finish Baku? No, I still need 30 pieces of diesel for Baku as well. Okay, let's head in this general direction for now. There's no... Was there diesel here? No, there is no diesel there. So, off we go. Oh, it's daylight. Right, as I say, I'm going to upgrade these. So let's see what this one looks like after I've upgraded it. Oh, it's got a cannon on the top now rather than a catapult. Very cute. This one, 2 water barrels. It has a +5 cargo perk when equipped in Africa, which is great if I was in Africa. Hence the reason I'm really not that bothered about this one, but I'll upgrade it anyway. Oh, it changed the colour of the banding around them, around these 2 barrels. It's got a it's got a cargo capacity of 16 now. That one's the one I'm going to replace, and this passenger train, the Peregrine Falcon passenger car, doesn't look that different from before. Okay, so I was on my way to Osh. I need a cargo car, a passenger car, and 2 cars. Could be anything. So let's see what we've got this level 1 that needs upgrading, so I can shove it on my train. Okay, I've got 17 pages of cars, and they're hidden here somewhere. Okay. Well, it's been a while since I've had a saloon car, so let's shove a saloon car on the front. What are you? You're a ghost car. You carry passengers, just not very many. You are a Viking sword car. Let's see what's on the next page. Ah, okay. Something slightly different. A merchant freighter. Doesn't carry much, does provide toilet facilities. You are a luxury food car. You're a thunder car. Okay, you're going to be my cargo car replacement. You are a luxury cargo car. Oil tanker. The Afanasi Nitkin passenger car. Looks like a good new passenger car to me. So I need one more replacement for that. Okay. Not that one. Yeah. What are you? The luxury food car. Let's go with the luxury food car. Excuse me. Let's cut my cargo capacity down a bit, but... And here we are at good old Osh, which has nothing I want. It actually wants wheat, which I may actually have in my summer... I may have some in my depot, not a lot. But even though I can use this stuff, I don't want it right now. So I have a new train with a nice little steam engine on the front. A saloon car, a luxury food car, a thunder car, and an Afanasi Nitkin passenger car. As I'm on my way to Dushanbe. One of the challenges with this game is literally to build most of the stations in Africa. I need lumber and wooden windows. I found plenty of wooden windows in Asia East. I have done multiple circuits of Canada West, which is the only place you can get lumber from. And sometimes you can do a circuit of all the stations in Canada West and you can get somewhere between 20 and 25 lumber. Sometimes you do a circuit and you'll get 50 lumber. And considering it takes 10 to 15 lumber depending on the station for each station, it takes a lot of circuits in Canada West to get sufficient lumber. So I don't have sufficient lumber to do a lot of station building right now, which is a disappointment for me. Okay, I want the apples. I don't know what that is, but I haven't found it yet. I don't need anything else that's there. Everything else that's there is I have no current demand for in any of my stations. So I'm going to... Okay. Do you have any diesel? You have 14 diesel. I need 30 diesel in total, so I might have to take a little bit of a detour to pick up the rest of the diesel that I need. Unless I can find some in this obstruction. Nope. Well, I might as well check my depot and see if it has any diesel in it. I have all sorts of stuff in my depot, which is quite full, admittedly. Even though I recently emptied out a load of it. Oh, I've got 54 diesel in my depot. So I kind of need to take a... Okay, I don't want that, I don't want that, I don't want that. All that. I'll take the diesel that's here. And where am I set to go to next? Yep, fine. Next place is just fine. This saloon car does make money between 9 PM and 3 AM. This one makes money between 5 PM and 2 PM. Oh, 2 AM. And these don't make extra money, they just need to be upgraded at some point once they're leveled up. So I might as well collect the money from the jobs I've completed again. As I've mentioned before, this is how I make most of my money, is by doing mileage and collect cargo from construction jobs, but not that one. Okay, that's got me 10 jobs back in the queue. Well, even though I've got a load of cars which still need upgrading, and I'm thinking I may actually throw, because these passenger cars, I'm not worried about passengers. Yes, these carry quite a few passengers and they're quite nice, but passengers aren't that important to me. So I'm thinking I might just throw some level 1 passenger cars for these 3 cars, so I'm upgrading a load more carriages at the same time. And whilst I'm saying that, I've just decided that's what I'm going to do. If I can find some more passenger cars. But these. Okay, we'll throw a couple of luxury passenger cars there and there. What are you? You're a luxury cargo car. You kind of carry passengers and cargo. You're just a ghost car that carries passengers. Okay. So that's 3 more level 1 cars on my train, which will help clear the backlog of level 1 cars that I've currently got in my inventory. That's the word I was looking for and struggled to find. As we go to Ashgabat, pick up the diesel that's there. That's the only stuff I want from Ashgabat. Now I need to go to my depot, so I can come out of my depot and go to Baku. I must admit, once you start exploring areas and get used to what cargo is in each area, yes, you forget some of them, or you forget some of what's wanted and some of what you can actually get in some areas. For the most part, you can maintain it in your memory pretty well. You can always take notes, of course. Let's take the money from the food car. But for the most part, I tend to remember it quite well. Do a bit of train cleaning and maintenance. Oh yes, and check my caboose for cash. Oh yeah, I forgot to upgrade the camel car. Well, we'll do that now whilst I'm going past it. See, that's what it looks like currently. See what it looks like once I've upgraded it. Doesn't appear to have changed that much. It now holds 18 cargo plus 5 cargo. I won't complain. Oh, I can't empty my caboose when I'm in a station. Anything in here that I want? The horned melon. That's actually useful for Damascus. And this market is going to refresh in 3, 2, 1. Right. And it's refreshed and given me nothing I wanted in there. So off we go through Tehran. I was actually talking to someone the other day about, because Donald Trump missiled some Iranian general. So naturally they had all the mass protests in the centre of Tehran. And let me just collect my cash from the 85,000 in the caboose. And they naturally burn American, British, Israeli flags. And my comment to my colleague was, someone's doing good business selling those flags. I wonder who's doing all the business. And we were arguing back and forth and about how it works. Then I actually read an article, I think it was on a BBC website. There's actually a factory in Khomeini City, which is an Iranian city that's south of Tehran, I believe, named after Ayatollah Khomeini, who was in charge of Iran in the 80s. And that's the 1980s. And they make, 1.5 million square meters of flags every year. Israeli flags with Death to Israel on them are popular, as are American and British flags. And they're purely for the protests so they can be burnt. they are making a fortune out of every time there's a protest. They sell a ton more flags to whomever they sell to, the distributors or the protest movements, however they get there. And so they must be hoping that the Americans, the British, the Israelis do some atrocity every other week, because they will sell a load more flags. There's just a factory that's set up. It does purely flags for protests. That is its main business. And I thought someone was very smart at setting that up. No, I haven't got any of that as tuna, and it's got nothing I want. I'm going there. Just want to check how many. I need 30 oil for Baku. That's fine. Okay, so now I just need to set my destination as Baku. Just one of those little quirks of life which I found quite amusing, especially as I've been discussing it a couple of days before I read the article. And then I read the article and I thought, that's the answer to the thing I was discussing the other day. It's amazing how life has coincidences like that occasionally. It's quite nice to suddenly have a question in your mind and then have it answered a couple of days later purely by accident. The other one that drove me nuts for a couple of days was, I think it might have been Victoria Cohen Mitchell, the lovely comedian slash presenter slash professional poker player in Britain, who does the quiz Only Connect. I was looking for... What was I looking for? Oh, diesel. I need another 13 diesel. Dump that as well. I say dump it, put it in my depot. Yes, Victoria Cohen Mitchell, she made a quote on Twitter. I think it was her. And it was a line from a Prince song. It took me about 5 minutes to get the reference, but it was from the song Raspberry Beret from, I think it was the album Under the Cherry Moon. And because it took me so long to figure it out, for 2 days I had Raspberry Beret playing in my brain. That's the term, earworm I think is the term they use for when a song gets stuck in your head. Then I got that one out of my head, and I got Matchstick Men and Matchstick Men, I think is the name of the song. It's a song from late 70s, early 80s, but it comes up in popular culture every now and then. I got that one stuck in my head for a day, and it was just, I needed something to kill those wonderful tunes going around in my head. Yes, my brain is a strange place, and I don't know how it jumped from Raspberry Beret to Matchstick Men, but... Oh, I think I do now. I think I remember. I was looking at a video on YouTube about a best man speech, and the best man made a funny song up to the tune of Matchstick Men, and that just got the song going back round in my head. That is one of the problems with YouTube, is you will be looking at something and you'll suddenly see something else which sparks your interest, and that'll lead you down a rabbit hole, and eventually you'll end up with some weird thing going around in your head because of something you saw in a video. That's the problem with the internet, to be honest. It's very useful for information or stuff you think you vaguely remember and want to go look up, but every now and then it gets something else stuck in your head which you didn't want. So anyway, that was my aside. I'm just going to drop this stuff off at Baku. I will probably spend a little while, I'll go back to the map, going around this area, Middle East Lower, so I can complete this task. I'll end up with this very funny looking train and caboose, but, well, once I collect it, but I want to open Southeast Asia West for the new port. Because Southeast Asia West would be this area right here. Not the bit with the padlock on it, the bit to the left of that. At least I assume that would be it. Which, if there's a port that's there, when I next need to travel to Oceania, or pretty much anywhere, rather than have to go to this side of Africa or the other side of Japan, I'll have a port somewhere in the middle, which would be quite nice. Hence the reason I want to do that. Right. Drop the diesel. Cargo demand completed. Thanks to you, we're able to reach our resource goal. As a token of our appreciation, here's 4,000 gold. Yeah, still doesn't pay very much completing resource goals, but you need to do it to get the 100% completion record for any area. I want those. Okay, well, I think that's probably where I'm going to end this episode. Just let me get my train moving. And I need to go back through my depot because I need to pick up stuff for, not that. I need to pick up oil, and watermelons from my depot, and radishes. Anything else I need to pick up that's in my depot that I can remember? Oh, is that? No, it's asparagus. That's not bamboo. If I've got any asparagus, I need to pick that up. Pretty sure I don't have any apples. If I do, it's very few. Yep. So, oil. Oh, can't remember. Oh, oil, watermelons, radishes, and asparagus. It does help if I actually set my destination to my depot. Okay, so when I start the next episode, I should hopefully have completed Middle East Lower. And then I can collect that and open up Southeast Asia West. I may do some other stuff in the meantime as well, but that is my aim before I start the next episode. I've just realised, apart from I need to clean my train and maintain it again. Even though I currently have, what is it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 level 1 cars on my train now, I didn't actually bother going to the gumball machine and getting some more. So, time to go gumball machine hunting, looking for new cars. Yeehaw! I got a crane car with a perk of plus 10 cargo, even though it carries 1. That's going on my train as soon as I get a spare slot to put it in. Like, as in one of the other level 1s is upgraded. Now WAP 4. So it looks like out of the 4 attempts to get cars, I got 1 that I've never seen before and 3 that I've seen before. But I'm quite happy with the crane car. It's always nice to get a brand new car that you've never seen before. Okay, well, on that cheerful and happy note, it's brightened up my day. I will end this episode. As always, I hope you enjoyed or found it vaguely interesting, and hopefully I will see you down the track for more tiny rails in the near future. Cheerio!